Hey there! Welcome to Tifa Letters, the AAPI Heritage Month edition by the Filipino American Woman Project. I'm your host, Jen Amos, here to read out loud letters inspired by real conversations with you. It all begins with one line: if I could say one thing. Because sometimes one thing is all we need to take up a little more space. Let's get started. If I could say one thing, it's this: I'll always want to save you, Mother, no matter what I do. To my mother, I learned even before I knew I was learning that to be loved by you always meant to save you first. The way clay is pressed into a mold, this wasn't the kind of mother-daughter relationship that I chose, but came to be like firm clay, something that just couldn't be undone. The clay has hardened and the shape is set, just like our mother-daughter relationship for as long as I could remember. You needed me, Mom, and I needed you to love me. You came to me with your feelings, your fears, your frustrations. I made space for your sadness. I was always your listening ear. I was always your rock whenever you needed someone to lean on, especially when it came to the men in your life, the boyfriends, the heartaches, the hope, and the disappointment that followed each one. You always knew that you could fall back on me. You always knew that I was going to be there. Even if every relationship failed, it wasn't your fault. Because look at us. We always had each other. It couldn't be your fault. It was never your fault. When my new friends would meet you, they would always mistaken you as my older sister. I know how much you love that. But the more and more they got to know about you and our relationship, they would tell me privately, "Wait, Ren, she's your mother? My mom doesn't treat me that way." And as the years went on, I would hear, "Ren, are you sure she's your mother? Because it sounds like you're mothering her." I had no idea what my friends were talking about. In fact, I was quite offended by it. And Mom, I know you're going to listen to this letter, so please forgive me when I say this. Please know that this is not intended to offend you. But I guess somehow, maybe in the back of my mind, when I would see my friends and their mothers and the kind of support they give each other, I guess I can't help but wonder. But again, Mom, I love you. You know that. And I would never say anything that would hurt you. I try my best, though, and every now and then I think I understand what my friends are saying. While Mom was off dating another guy, I intuitively knew to look out for my younger brother. Now, while people thought my mom and I were sisters, people thought that I was my younger brother's mother. And I suppose I was, dropping him off to school and picking him up afterward, being my younger brother's main emergency contact, even before my mother. I didn't want to bother Mother about that. I was happy to help. I knew that my mom would appreciate it, and she would love me so much more for it. And hey, I love my younger brother too. Until one day, he left for college. I didn't realize how much time had flown. Once he turned 18, he never looked back. And here I was, the older sister, still living at home with Mom. And somehow, in the back of my mind and deep in my heart, I felt an emptiness. I've heard this is how empty nesters feel. when their kids are finally off to college or no longer living in the house and a parent has to find an identity outside of them. And I know that you're my younger brother, but I definitely felt that way. But also, the home didn't just feel empty without you. It felt empty because even though I have lived with mom this whole time, not even mom is home. Mom is out again with another guy. I'm ashamed to say this, but what was it all for? My younger brother gets to go out and he'll live his life now, and I'm still at home. And mom is out. She doesn't need me right now. So, who am I right now? Well, I am my mother's daughter. My mom has always needed me, and I know she will need me again. It was important for mom to always have me close. So, even as I went through college and even as I got my first job, it was always important for me to come back home. And other than being with my mom, I had a best friend. This best friend, we went to college together and cheered each other on when we got our first jobs. My best friend felt familiar to home. If you ask her, she will always credit me for helping her get through college and helping her practice for her first big job interview and being the first person there to celebrate when she got her first big job. And I was there for her for everything in between. It always seemed like my best friend was in the middle of something. Some would say she was quite dramatic, but I loved being that steady friend next to her. I probably understood my best friend more than she understood herself because every time I anticipated her needs, she'd be like, "Wow, you know me. That's why you're my best friend. I love you so much." Until one day, we were hanging out at a bar. She had drank a couple of drinks. I had been listening to her all night when she said, "Ren, who are you? Why do you always agree with me? Don't you have an opinion of your own?" Of course, I didn't know what to say. I mean, she's drinking. I don't think she really meant to ask those questions. And what do you mean I don't have an opinion of my own? But that night changed everything. At first, I thought that the reason why we had lost touch was because of our jobs. But every now and then, she would just call me out of the blue, normally after she had drank a couple, or when she was feeling devastated, when she lost her first big job, when she had a really bad breakup with a guy she thought she was going to be married to, and she could start the next stage of her life. Or she'd call when she just needed to vent about a whole new group of friends that I don't even know about. Every time something heavy was going on in her life, that's when she would call me. And every time I would listen because I still love her. And I love that she knows to reach out to me, that I could be her safe space. And every time without fail, she'll say, "Wow, Ren, I really miss this. I miss you. We should hang out again." And every time, that spark of hope would return. And I agree. Yeah, we should hang out again. Time would pass once again, but I would be there for her when she needed me again. People love me because I'm such a great listener. And I have found that in all of my relationships, eventually people want to be heard. And I'm happy to be that person for them. I just don't know how to explain this feeling inside that I'm even too afraid to explain because I don't want people to think I don't love them if I say what I think I'm feeling. This feeling that has accumulated inside of me, I think. But it feels really painful, and I'm just too afraid to hurt other people's feelings with whatever this feeling is. Then, whether or not I could have helped it, the feeling named itself with my boyfriend. The first and possibly last love of my life. I think I should have known better. This indescribable feeling that has accumulated at this point felt like a loud sounding alarm that I had to bury. My boyfriend and I met when he was going through a rough time, and admittingly, there was nothing sexier than his need for me. He's wounded, but I can heal him. I can take care of him. I can make him happy again. So I gave and I gave and I gave. The love I poured into him felt so familiar, so real, so fulfilling. It was like my mom had prepared me well to find a partner in life. Now, granted, they did not like each other. Every time my mom knew that I was about to hang out with my boyfriend, it was like she desperately needed me for something. And my boyfriend, same thing. It became this tug of war for my attention, but I loved it because I was needed. I was loved. My mom would say stuff like, "You know he's cheating on you." Never in my life had I felt so offended by my mom. And I'm sorry, Mom, that I accused you of this, but you were just jealous. For once, I'm not giving you all of my attention. Maybe my boyfriend is right about you. You depend too much on me, Mom, and you need to let me live my life now. In fact, we are looking to move in together, whether you like it or not. Now, I didn't mean to blurt this out, but in the height of emotions, I had to tell my mom. I had to put my foot down. And most of all, I had to live my life. I was so angry, I would only come home when I knew my mom was well asleep. So I could go in my room and start packing all the things I needed to pack to move out once and for all. When I was ready, I texted my boyfriend, "Babe, I'm ready whenever you are." "All right, babe," he texts me back. "See you at your place? Make sure you're wearing that thing I like." Wait, what? He never comes to my place. Didn't he mean our place? Our new place? And that thing you like? I text him back. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I stared at the screen of my phone, and for a moment there, it looked like he was about to reply. For a moment of suspense, I was waiting for that thought bubble to become a reply until it disappeared. Well, Mom was right. He had been cheating on me. And like a mindless, hollowed, robotic person, I slowly started to unpack and put my belongings back in my bedroom. I found out through the grapevine and, of course, on social media that my boyfriend found his true love. Apparently, someone who challenged him, I guess, in a way that I never knew I was allowed to do. Or someone who was opinionated, who was ambitious, who was Miss Independent. She didn't need him. She wanted him. And that's what made him want her that much more. Back at home with my mom, and she reassured me, "Don't worry, Ren. That's why we have each other. We will always have each other. We are the dynamic duo, partners in crime, partners in life. You'll always have me, Ren. And I know that I'll always have you." But why? Why do I feel so much pain? Why does it feel like everything I've done, everything I've given, everyone I cared for, why don't I feel loved? Is this love? I'm sorry, Mom. I know you love me. You remind me every moment of every day. And even though I feel ashamed in saying this, I have so much pain. Even without my first love, my ex-boyfriend, I had to move out. Mom, it's not because I didn't love you. You know I love you. But this pain inside of me is pulling me out of this house. And I don't want to project this pain onto you, Mom. I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this for you. I don't know if I can make this pain go away, but I won't find out unless I leave. I'm sorry to say this, Mom, but if I have to say one thing, it's this. I'll always want to save you, Mother. But right now, I have to save myself first. I'm sorry. Please, forgive me, Mom. Love, Ren. If you could reflect on one thing, it's this. Who is the one person you will always save, no matter what? Want to respond? You can reply today at tfaletters.com. That's TFAW as in the Filipino American woman, letters.com. Or better yet, write your own letter. Submissions are now open. You can include your name or stay completely anonymous. So, if you could say one thing, what would it be? Subscribe for free today at tfaletters.com and follow the steps in the welcome email to submit your letter. I hope to read yours in the next season. Happy Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Until the next letter, bye for now.